Obviously, with this new season, there are going to be comparisons made between you and
sure.
Abby Lee Miller.
For sure.
You know Abby Lee.
I do. Abby.
And I actually heard that she wasn't really impressed with the fact that you were cast. She wasn't excited for you.
Well, Abby and I were very good friends. And I did get a congratulatory text from Abby.
Okay.
So I thought she was on board. I don't know if maybe she didn't think the show would really get off the ground or it would really progress the way it did. But as the show went on, I reached out to her. We were together in the same state. And I was like, hey, come by set. We'd love to see you. And
come to set?
Yeah. She wasn't receptive to that.
Okay.
So, yeah, she declined.
So the olive branch was extended to have her on the show.
Of course.
Wow.
Abby was the trailblazer for this show.
Yeah.
Let me get right to the pyramid.
So I would love to have had her involved in some way, but she respectfully, she declined. So, yeah.
Interesting. Well, I think that's big of you to say, look, come, be a part of this.
Sure.
You could have said, stay out of,
I mean, I would love some input and guidance, and, she's been through it.
Did she give you any advice?
No.
None?
No,
Okay.
none.
Well, you can make it your own, right?
That's what we did.
Yeah.
We made it our own.
In 6 short weeks, we're going to nationals. We are in no way ready for that.
So clearly the comparisons will be made. What do you think of that? And how does your coaching style differ? Or maybe how is it the same?
It's in the title, right? It's a new era. The world is different. My students are different. They're very vocal. They have opinions and they aren't afraid to share them. And I allow them to.
Yeah.
Yes, I have the expertise, but I do want them to be able to tell me how they're feeling. I have a very different teaching style. And, I do expect my students to work hard. I expect them to be respectful of each other, respectful of me. I expect them to do the work at home, but at the same time, I just handle children differently.
Nobody's spot here is promised. Nobody.
I have to prove myself to Miss Glo. 2, 3.
I need to keep her on track. No drama queen, okay? No drama queen.
You even say in the show 10 years from now, your dancers will still like you. What do you mean by that?
I've been doing this for 40 years. I have students who still reach out to me. Students that I only had for a year or two back when I was a young teacher.
Right.
And they're like, you have no idea how much of an impact you have. And I am who I am because you were a part of my life. And that it's so heartwarming. They have children of their own who are dancing, I'm teaching some of their children. So it's just really cool. So, I do firmly believe that these kids I can bring the best out of them, but they will also always respect me and I will be part of their lives forever.
Wow. And you even encourage them to respect their mothers because at times
I do.
There can be some squabbling between the mamas and the daughters.
You're all here because you want your kids to be stars. Tread lightly. Get out of my room. You're done.
I feel like the setting amplifies things. The cameras amplify things
For sure.
well.
I was a dance mom. I was a teacher and I was a dance mom. And I got my daughter to, a major career in dance. She's making a living as a ballet dancer. And so I must have done something right,
Yeah.
So yes, it's amplified when you're in a competition setting, even without the cameras.
Right.
The kids are stressed and they don't think their parents know what they're talking about. But it's just even getting them ready becomes a chore.
Yeah.
But, it's tough. But
Yeah.
we got through.
Abby Lee was criticized for putting a lot of pressure on her dancers, being extremely tough.
She deserves nothing. You deserve nothing else. You earn it.
How do you plan on coaching your dancers to ensure healthy relationships?
The same way I have for 40 years.
Yeah.
I do listen and I do teach with love. It might be a tough love at times,
Right.
but I do love my students and I think they're very aware of that. I'm not saying that Abby didn't love her students. She just had a different
She had a different
method.
way of showing it,
Yeah,
right?
but you know what? She's an amazing teacher. She knows dance. and she has kids dancing professionally. I do too.
Yeah.
You know?
Who are some of the OG stars from, the previous seasons that maybe you reached out to? Dancers?
The dancers on the show?
Did you reach out to any of them?
No. I mean, to some of the moms, yeah, that, they've reached out to me. Melissa reached out. Jill reached out via social media.
Okay.
But my daughter still keeps in touch with Nia and Maddie from time to time.
Let's get to work.
It's a lot of pressure.
You belong in this team.
I'm known for like my sass and my face and my performance like this.
How are you hoping to have a breakout star of your own, like a Maddie Ziegler, like a JoJo Siwa?
I have 8 breakout stars. They're all so very different.
Ooh,
and
those are bold words,
they're
Glo.
all individuals, and they all have their strengths. They all have their weaknesses. And my job as an instructor is to make it work together.
Yeah.
And I think I do that pretty well. I mean, the time crunch that, we're not used to. We're used to having months to put these routines together for competition. So there was a learning curve, I'm not going to lie.
Right.
But these kids, they're just the most adorable. They're stars in the making, I'm telling you. I can't wait for you to see them.
I know what you're capable of, but if you're not pulling your weight, you won't be dancing this week.
Over my dead body is my kid gonna be cut.
Let's talk about that training schedule. It has got to be so demanding. So what does a typical week look like for your students?
During filming, it was very early mornings because we do have evening classes at our studio, right? So we had to use the space when it was available. We couldn't upset the whole business by taking away their classes. So the kids were up at 4:30 on their way to the studio, getting ready, getting warmed up, doing interviews. So it was a long, long day. But then they also had their regular classes in the evening. So, and I was still teaching regular classes in the evening. So it was a very long 10 weeks, but it was so fulfilling and so amazing and wonderful.
Yeah.
And we had the best time.
My one and only goal is to win a national title, and it starts today.
This reboot, resurgence of this show, what things did you want to change and what needed to stay the same?
I mean, Dance Moms is iconic, right? And so I didn't want to change that, what everybody's looking for, the dancing and the drama, but at the same time, I wanted to stay true to myself. And I wanted my kids to respect me at the end of the day. Typically at a competition, no matter how they do, I'm like, great job, and then we discuss it back at the studio. When you're doing this on camera, you don't have that luxury. It's like, how did they do? Right then and there. So I think that was most difficult for the kids to hear on the spot, that there were some mistakes. But, as far as I'm concerned, the kids know when they did a good job. They really do. Yeah. So I don't need to tell them. They know if they feel good when they come off that stage.
Oh, but you tell them when that pyramid comes around.
Oh, yes.
The pyramid is back.
The pyramid is back.
Why?
So, first of all, I mean, it's Dance Moms, right? But also, it gives the viewers an idea of where we left off, right? How the kids did the week before. If they don't understand, you didn't do as well as you might have, or you didn't work as hard, or you were late, or or your mother was in my room causing drama, whatever that is. But I look at it as an incentive for the kids. When they move up a level on that pyramid, they're thrilled. So
but at the same time, when they move back a level, they're devastated.
Devastated. I don't know if they're
Some
devastated.
Of these kids are.
Okay.
Glo.
Well, I think it's more the parents.
Probably.
Because the parents think every one of their children should be on the top of that pyramid. But, they need to know what they need to do to work harder and how to get there. And anything in life, you have to work your way up. Again, I teach with tough love. They have to know where I'm coming from. They have to know what they need to improve on.
You win a party? Then come play. You're a Did you just call her a
We can't talk Dance Moms without talking about the mamas.
Right.
Ooh.
No. There's lots of mama drama.
Oh, there is so much mama drama. And honestly, it is drama to a new level. How do these mamas compare to previous ones?
Oh, I think
I think that says it all right there.
There's a lot of the same drama. We live in the wealthiest county in the country. A lot of these families are very entitled. They think that they know better They think that their kids should be the best at everything they do. So there is no shortage of mama drama because they do, they want to write a check and send their kid off and let them be a star.
But one could say that, Glo, maybe your relationships with some of the moms is causing some of this drama because one of your best friends is Tammy. Mm-hmm. That does not bode well with many of the mamas, particularly Corinne.
Right?
Yes. So how do your relationships with the mothers impact your relationships with the dancers?
What's really funny is my best friend, her kids are long grown up, long gone from dance. She will tell you to this day, my children never made the front line of a dance in their entire dancing career. So, I have a reputation to uphold, and I want my dancers and my dances to succeed and be the best. So it's not about who I like the best. Mm-hmm. It's about who's going to get the job done. So, Audrey happens to be very good. Mm-hmm. And I think the issue is more with that than it is with my friendship.
Yeah. You are accused of playing favorites.
For sure.
Do you think you play favorites?
No, absolutely not.
No.
I've been accused of that for 40 years as well. But, I continue to be successful, and I continue to have parents bring their children to me because they want the best training. Mm-hmm. So, I am going to put my best foot forward at competition.
This is going to be the first time that the dance world is going to see this group, and I'm really scared. Get it together or we're not doing it.
How have you prepared yourself? How have you prepared the moms? How have you prepared the dancers for the fame, the notoriety that's going to be coming their way when the season launches?
I don't know that I'm ever going to be prepared for that. To me, I can't even envision it yet. Yeah. Do you know what I mean?
Well,
here I'm sitting
buckle
right
up,
now.
Buttercup. It's about to get really bumpy.
I know. I'm so used to being behind the scenes.
Yeah.
And I'm okay with that. Mm-hmm. So yes, this is going to be a new reality for me. But I am used to making stars and children who dance professionally. Mm-hmm. Some in professional jobs, as they're younger, here and there, but others who are making a career out of it. Mm-hmm. So, I'm used to that.